So my name's Hernan, and this is Ryan. How you doing, Michael?
Doing good. Like I said, I keep muting out because I got dogs in the house.
Oh,
I
that's
don't want
okay. Don't worry about it. So Garnett was saying he wanted to see what the settings look like in the back of in the
to.
software.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is basically the setup that we're running right now. This is one of the setups that we're running right now. But I'm fairly new at this. I'm 4 weeks old
Right.
and never done any trading. And I've been using the software now, like I said, for 4 weeks. And my first month, I earned 20% on my $1,000 that I started my demo account with.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
See, I've got a lot of Forex experience. I've done a lot of classes and stuff. So that's why I was wanting to see how this works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you want to go through these settings with him, Ryan, or what?
Yeah, I can certainly do that for sure. Michael, how are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Do you have specific questions you want me to answer, or do you want me to just give you kind of like a generic walkthrough on the settings, or?
Generic walkthrough would be just perfect for me.
We actually have a video as well. Hernan, toggle over to your other tab on the demo setup guide. You actually already have it open. You don't need to open a new one. I can see it on your open tabs right there. Yeah, and now scroll down. You're already on the demo setup guide, right? Actually, go up one. Sorry, go up above this graphic. So this video right here actually walks through every single setting and what it means, what it does, etc. So that's
I can put that in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's probably, Michael, the best way for you to have a point of reference, and then you can watch it multiple times if you're wanting to. So in a nutshell, the software is basically a counter trend trader. So what it does is it will, and it can basically trade in either direction. It doesn't care if the trend is up or down. It basically it uses the daily chart. It looks at the trend direction. And when the market retraces against the trend, the software starts placing trades so that when the market then starts going the opposite direction to get back on trend, those trades become profitable. In a nutshell, that's how the trader is trading. It's obviously a lot more sophisticated than that.
Sure.
The software was actually built by a private equity hedge fund, and they never built it for retail consumption. They built it strictly to use as a way to automate some of their trading strategies with the high net worth clientele that they were managing, like 6- and 7-figure trading accounts. And so it took them 4 years to build the software from 2010 to 2014. And then, they turned it loose on multi-million-dollar trading accounts, and it's done phenomenally well. And it was only just kind of by dumb luck through some relationships, through an introduction from a mutual friend, where the guys that work at who are actually marketers became introduced to the guys who created the software. And one conversation led to a second, led to a third, led to a relationship, led to here we are today. And we've got this enterprise scale institutional grade piece of software, and we get access to it for a couple $100 a month. Is pretty amazing.
It really is. I mean, most of the time the market will test the trend, and it sounds like that's what it's doing. It's waiting for it to test the trend, then it puts the trade in, then it goes back into the trend and makes profit. Is that correct?
Yeah, it does. I mean, again, it's a lot more in simple terms. Yeah, it's basically, as you probably realize, because I heard you say you've got a fair amount of experience. Forex is a $6.6 trillion a day market.
Right.
that's something that I think oftentimes for any of us goes kind of in one ear and out the other. Like it just sounds like yet another number. But if you really stop and marinate on that for a minute, that is an ungodly amount of money on a daily basis changing hands. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that
The
is
largest market on
monumental.
earth.
But that,
He said it's the largest market on earth.
yep. Yeah. So if you put it in really simple terms, Michael, that much money changing hands on a daily basis leaves a fairly substantial footprint. And if you've got access to the right resources, the right tools, it's not all that difficult to sniff out that footprint and just follow along. And so in a nutshell, you know, my trades and your trades are not moving the needle at all in a $6.6 trillion per day market. The thing that moves the needle,
It's the institutional trades that make the moves.
that's right. And so that's basically what the software is doing, man, is it's just sniffing out which way are the institutional traders moving right now. Are they, you know, is a particular currency going up or going down in value? Are the big money guys moving money in or moving money out? And then our software just in essence follows along.
Sure. Nope, sound good. I was just looking at the settings. I mean, so it's pretty much after we set it each week, we pretty much just let it do its job.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get on top of this.
Yeah, I think here's something that you'll like a lot, Michael. So $247 gets you started, but that comes along with a 0 questions asked 7-day money back guarantee. So you literally have the ability to use the software for 7 days. And if there's anything at all you don't like about what you see, you click the cancel button and you receive a full refund with no questions asked. Now, to go along with that, the company actually requires that you use the software on only a demo account for the first 10 days. So they want you to have a risk-free environment in which you have some time to get familiar with the software.
Well, I wouldn't do it any other way. I mean,
Yep.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no. So that's another upside is that, you know, with some trading experience and with the fact that you'd have, you know, the benefit of an entire week worth of trading to kind of watch the software in action, you'll start to get a pretty good feel for how impressive it is and kind of what it's doing with its trades.
Right. I'm impressed already. I mean, if everything's accurate. So
Yeah, I mean,
not calling you a fibber or nothing. I'm just saying. As long as I can see it, I mean, seeing is believing, right?
Yep. Well, it runs right on top of MetaTrader 4, like most other expert advisors. And so, you know, you can see it in real time right from your smartphone, 24 hours a day, you know, every second of the day. And so, you know.
Well, let me just say, you know, I'm somebody who's green at this. I have no idea how it works or what's happening. And I set it up and put the settings in that were recommended. And it's running. Every Sunday, Ryan and Alan will do a Zoom and they'll go over the news and whether or not maybe we should be conservative or a little bit more relaxed, you know, with our settings, and then we just set it and let it run. And I don't really know anything about it.
What impressed me when I heard about this is they connect this software to forexfactory.com, and which is one of the main tools that I used when I was trading. And with this, you know, I've actually helped write EAs on a lot of the MetaTrader 4. So it was a big deal when they said that was connected to forexfactory.com, because I mean, a lot of people don't understand that currency is always moving.
Yep.
It's never static. It's always moving one direction or the other. So, and they don't understand what drives it. A lot of people, and a lot of it is the news. So when you connect that to the forexfactory.com, that is huge, huge. So anyway, I'll shut up now.
No, it's awesome. I love that you appreciate, and again, when you see it in action, you will really appreciate it. It is a dang impressive piece of software that again has an extremely high level of sophistication, and it's also got a tremendous level of flexibility, meaning there's enough there in the settings, and we can walk through them once you're getting your account set up, to equip each customer to really dial in a trading profile that suits your own preferences. And so, you know, like I said, it'll make more sense to walk through that when you're actually setting up your software, but we can certainly do that together and help you get a really good grasp for, like I said, you can watch the video first of all, and that's going to do a great job. That comes directly from the company.
Let me ask you this. Like,
yes.
when it comes to setting lot sizes and with your risk management and whatnot, I guess that's built into the software for people that's not experienced with this, right?
Well, each user has to determine what their starting lot size is relative to their account balance, and then we try to give them guidance on, you know, kind of a ballpark ratio that they should be looking at.
2 to 5% is usually of your whole account risk is usually pretty. I mean, 5% is pretty high. A lot of people don't understand that. I mean, because your number one goal should be risk management.
Yep.
So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and you'll actually be pretty impressed. There's a set of tools. I think I will actually. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull something up first, because just given your level of trading experience, you'll appreciate. Oh, let me do it this way instead. Actually, just close this and let me. Let me go here and here and here. Give me 1 second and I'll share my screen. Come on.
See, our number one goal is to be at zero risk.
Yeah, that is, if in a perfect world, that would be a cool thing to have zero risk.
I'm not saying that you're never going to lose, but once you hit zero risk, I mean, that's when we started moving the stop loss.
Right. Yeah, if you're manually trading, and that's one of the things that will probably impress you the most with this, is that the software is not what you think of as like binary in outcome. This software is ridiculous. It actually hedges cost averages on its own, and it not only uses take profit targets, stop losses, and trailing stops, it's able to adjust all of those on the fly. It's freaking ridiculous.
That's insane. That is insane.
Yeah.
I used to babysit charts for hours upon hours at a time, watching charts, and it is intense. I mean, if you have really been in the market trading.
Yeah.
So that is insane. That is awesome.
It's mind blowing how sophisticated it really is. Again, when you watch the trades in action, and you'll see it, the market will move, and you'll see the software react accordingly. And it is true AI, so it's self-learning. And so a decision it made last week will be slightly different than the same decision again this week, because it takes that market data even as recently as yesterday, and it's adjusting its own baseline algorithm. It is legit AI.
That's awesome. Wow.
So it's going to blow your mind for sure.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to get started. I just got to pull the money back together from my last loss that I had, and to get going on it.
Well, yeah, we're here to help if you have any questions, for sure. And like I said, as you're getting dialed in, we can kind of try to help you make sure that we get you.
Well, look, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. If it's working for you guys, it'll work for me.
That's
And
right.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And you know, I'll just whatever you guys say that's working, that's what I'm gonna, it's what I'm gonna do. So.
Well, and again, the cool thing is we'll give you, a track to run on at the start of your demo account period, but you're not obligated to go from demo to live money immediately after the 10 days. The 10 days is just a minimum. I ran the software in demo for 10 weeks, 2.5 months, because first of all, I knew I was one of the very first people in the world getting access to it. And so I needed to make sure I was properly equipped to help others get themselves up and running. But I also wanted to tinker, I've traded for about 6.5 years. So I had a point of reference. And I wanted to really gain a grasp on really what the software was doing and what different inputs would create different outcomes. And so, you're totally at liberty to, to stay on a demo account as long as you want, or even toggle back and forth from a live account to a demo account if you're wanting to test out a new theory of your own or a new setup or whatever. You can toggle the license from a live account to a demo account.
So if I come in with the startup fee of what, $250 roughly, I can run the demo. Do you still pay the $169 a month? Or
yeah, you do. Yep. Yeah. You'll be investing in your education. You gotta, what you're paying the monthly subscription for is just the access to a license. Now, how you use that license, whether you're running your software on a demo account or a live account, after those first 10 days, that's totally your prerogative. But yes, you are on the hook for, for the monthly software subscription, regardless of how you're running the software.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. And, what is it called? Do y'all have like a virtual, what do you call it? VPN or what is that called? I forget.
Yeah, it runs on a VPS, a virtual private server. So
VPS, okay. So if I'm running a MacBook like I currently have, is that going to work okay?
Say that one more time.
I run a MacBook.
Yeah, you can. Yep. Yeah, Herden's pulling it up right there. You can connect to your VPS through a Mac. Also, you use the Microsoft RDP client. And let's see, Herden, you're almost keep going. One more, right? Keep going down a little more, right there. So there's a video that'll show you exactly how to properly, on your Mac, get the remote desktop established so that you're connecting to your VPS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and there's directions on how to do all that too, right? I'm sure.
Yep. I sent you the link. This is the team support site, Michael. And I put
is that on this in the chat?
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's in the chat. And also that's the password because it's password protected.
Let me see if I can let me grab my glasses. I got you. You're on my iPhone on my TV, believe it or not. So let me look here on the chat. Okay. Let me go ahead and open that. Oh, shoot. Hang on a minute. Let me go back. I'm trying to save this to my browser on my phone. Is this where the videos are, the instruction videos and whatnot?
Correct. That's correct. Yep. It's fullthrottleforex.com. And then you just click on the demo setup guide. And that's the screen you're seeing right now is the demo setup guide.
Okay, I got it.
Have you seen
We got
Ryan?
it.
Have you seen Ryan do an overview, Michael?
I have.
Okay.
Well, no, not the overview. I've just heard I don't think it's the overview. It's just like the presentation. The last one I heard, I was impressed with just some of the stuff that they mentioned that I knew for fact that helped drive the market and the way this thing's set up. So once I heard all that, I was like, I need to find out more.
Hey, Hernan, go ahead and click on the intro real quick. Let's make sure Michael also knows this. Up at the top on the menu, click on intro, and then it might ask you to re-log in. Actually, click it one more time. There it goes.
On the intro.
Whoops. Click on introduction right here.
Yeah, you're already there. So scroll down. So Michael, you'll appreciate this as well, right there. So we actually have several different MyFX book. These are real money accounts, and they're all fully verified. And every one of these accounts has just been trading exclusively with running the TradeRinger software. So you can get in and literally to your heart's content see the behavior of the trading. You can see the trade history. You can see the performance, and so there's numerous different MyFX books. You'll see the drawdown. You'll see, everything, the good, bad, and the ugly. So feel free to get in there and have at it. So yeah, you can really dig in and understand exactly what's going on with the software. If you scroll down a little bit, are you familiar with MyFX book?
I'm not.
Oh yeah, being a Forex guy, this is probably the second most prominent resource behind Forex Factory in the industry. And they provide all kinds of content and resources, news, information, etc. to the world of Forex. But if you scroll down some, Hernan, a little bit, just actually, yeah, scroll down and right there, stop. Click on Risk of Ruin. So you'll love this, Michael. So this is pretty cool. So these are verified accounts, meaning that the investor read only access has to be given to MyFX book if anybody's wanting to volunteer their data on the site. And then against that read only investor access, MyFX book performs third-party validation. So they cross-reference every freaking trade against the actual market history to ensure that the data being displayed has not been manipulated in any way, shape, or form. And then they do all kinds of analytics on this data, and you can come and dig into it. And if you look at the Risk of Ruin, you'll see that for even a 10% loss on the account, it's 0.3%. And to have a 20% loss on the account, it's less than 1/100th of 1%. So you can see how freaking bulletproof the software is. And that's not us saying it. This is an independent platform. You can't pay them to say good things about you. That's MyFX book. And so the probability of even losing 10% of your account is only 0.3%.
That's awesome. That is, after just mentioning risk management.
Yep. Well, that's why I wanted to point that out to you. So
that's impressive. Yep.
Well, cool, man. Well, listen, I'm glad that we got a chance to meet. I love that you have a great point of reference, valuable resource in our community to whatever extent if you decide to plug in and stay on board with the software. And if you're at all interested in, participating in any of the different Zoom events that we do, it'll be great to have you around because it's always fun. Most of our customers so far are, believe it or not, people that had anywhere from very little to zero Forex experience. And so they're learning as they're participating in our community. They're learning. They're also making money because the software is doing everything for them. But it'll be fun to have someone like yourself around who can also help, contribute and shed some light as we have this ever growing community of people who are now wanting to learn more about just Forex in general, even though they don't need the knowledge in order to trade. They're wanting to learn, which is also super cool.
So I guess the software does use stop losses and whatnot. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, say that again.
I said the software, does it set stop losses? I know you said it like.
Yeah, every trade, it never trades naked. So every trade
Okay,
that's
that's
placed, every trade that's placed has a take profit and a stop loss, and then it will adjust those as the market moves. It lets it'll cut the losses as short as it can, and it lets the winners run. And
Of course, that's the hardest part of Forex is figuring out what your stop loss and your take profit is. So,
yes, I get it. But that, again,
market.
that's the beauty of having AI, right? It doesn't make emotional decisions, and it knows how to calculate really quickly.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. Okay, that's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I mean, as far as doing the settings and whatnot, I guess we do a private webinar on that to set them up, or how do y'all do that?
Yeah, again, so in this setup guide, you can just kind of follow along, and that's going to walk you through the entire process of getting up and running. And then if you have specific questions on your settings, you just reach out to one of us, and we'll hop on with you and help you zero in on maybe what the right snapshot is for you based on your goals.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't wait to get started. Should be not too long from now.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard. We're excited to have you. If you have any questions, just reach out. We'll make sure we get answers for you.
We sure will, man. I really appreciate the time. Thank you.
Yeah, our pleasure.
No problem, Mike.
All right. Well, thanks for introducing us, Garnett. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks, Ryan.
Yep.
My pleasure. All right, you guys have a great afternoon.
Okay. Bye-bye, guys.
You too. Thank you. All right.